I got into an entanglement.
An entanglement?
Yes.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm sorry, I gotta stop. I was thinking the same thing. You mean you mean when you got tangled up in his dick? And here's a little news right here that I don't know what's happening. I'm not going to sit up here and make any kind of judgments or predictions. You never know. But apparently, and let me go ahead and find this. Oh, let's see. Is that where? Oh, there we go. Apparently, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith came out, and that whole thing about this August Alsina guy.
Mm-hmm.
Did you remember this, right?
Yeah, I heard about all this. Yeah.
Where this guy said that they had an open relation. The Smiths had an open relationship, and that this guy came in and he said Jada Pinkett gave me some of the greatest love of my life. As he said, that Jada Pinkett Smith loving was so good, I could die today. I don't even have to live now. That was living right there. That was life. There's nothing else. Apparently, all that was true. Let's take a look and see.
Somebody made a statement for me that wasn't a statement I made.
Mm-hmm. We were purposely not saying anything.
Somebody sent me a thing saying they confessed or something. I don't know. This is like a 12-minute video right here. I don't want to be here for 12 minutes to watch them talk about this, but I'm going to watch this later because we're about to get out of here. But chat, tell me, what is going on? Because I don't want to sit up here and talk about this like it was true or not. What's happened? Did she confess? Or are they just talking about it and speaking for themselves so that the truth can be heard from them? The truth being, maybe it did happen, maybe it didn't. You know,
can I just survey? Do people really care? And I'm not saying I understand why they care from a sensationalist standpoint or whatever, but that's a decent marriage. They're not going around hurting people. And if that's their arrangement and they're consenting adults, what's the issue with it? Is it just because it's a scandal?
I don't know. I don't know if they say Will ain't happy about it. You know, Will is not. You want to watch this, man? Some of it.
Man, let's watch it. Come on.
It's a situation that I considered private.
You just feel like it ain't really nobody's business. Yeah.
So, and this and look, if this is what it sounds like, because I'm coming in just filling in the blanks and whatnot when I don't even know anything, but just what I read right here. It sounds like from what somebody wrote, it sounds like Jada and Will took a break, which happens to couples all the time. And so she went over and got with this August guy while they were on hiatus or whatever, and this fool fell in love, and so, but I guess she did not, and then she went back to Will, once they reconciled everything. But my man, who said, I'm ready to die for that good loving that Jada gave me, he just couldn't keep quiet about it, so it came out. And so this is where we are. It happens with people all the time, except people just don't have their lives out in the public eye.
Yeah.
People get at least the luxury of being able to contain it. Yeah, this is what I'm seeing right here. The Smiths, they don't have that luxury right there, man.
This is a very personal journey.
Yeah. So what happened, Jada?
Okay, so let's start with.
Will stop bullshitting, all right? I've been nice. I've been listening to this shit. We've been setting it up. Now, cut the bullshit and what happened. Explain.
That was the most believable Will Smith has ever been in any movie ever. That was incredible.
I got to tell you, I've talked shit about Will Smith because of movie stuff and whatnot, but I love Will Smith. I really do. I do. I just,
He seems like a good dude. My thing is I don't care who he's or who she's. I mean, are they really Scientologists? That's the big story that no one they can't really pin down whether he's actually a Scientologist or not.
I don't know.
That would be more detrimental to my opinion of him than him cheating on his wife or vice versa.
Yeah, I don't know. I've talked about Will Smith because of Will Smith-isms in movies. Like he's always laying down sucker, joker, dude.
He also does that weird like that weird half
hell
shit
no.
that he does.
No, all that. But man, I think deep down, Will Smith is a God honest, really good dude, man.
We decided that we were going to separate for a period of time. And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, I think.
Wow. This is like, you know what? Will has turned into somebody's daddy now, man.
Yeah, he already knows the answer to the question that he's asking. He's just trying to set that trap for you.
He's turned into her daddy. And tell everybody what you did. And Jada, what did you do? And that's the shit your daddy say to you when you in trouble, man. Wow. This is definitely kind of awkward, man. But again, they chose to put this out in the public view. And like I said, for good reason. You know, it's only going to get more rampant if they don't address it to the people out there. That's the unfortunate thing of being a celebrity. Rumors will go crazy and turn into things that they aren't even what they aren't anyway. But they'll get worse if they don't say anything.
I think he also wanted to make it clear that he's not a homewrecker, which he's not.
I think so. I mean, because this is your red table, and you like brought yourself to the red.
He wants to beat Augie's ass right now. He wants to beat this dude's ass. I wouldn't, you know, I'm sure like he won't, and I'm sure he feels for the guy, but you could tell like this little man.
Well, every time he cuts to him and he's just like, I'm like, he's going to jump over this table and strangle this woman. Like, he's actually mad. You can tell.
Yeah, he's hurt, man. I don't even know if he's mad. I think he's hurt. I think, you know, he's hurt by what happened, the misconception of this guy took this as I actually gave him permission, whatever signal he got. Like I told him this is okay when it obviously I didn't say shit like that at all. He looks like he's got that look like that. Better not ever come to this house ever again. If I catch his ass out there somewhere, if I catch him even around the bushes or anything, I'm going to beat the shit out of him. But he looks sad, man. He looks very very upset. Almost, I don't know if he feels betrayed, but it feels like, you know, just like none of this shit was meant to, I don't know where everybody got this from, but none of this stuff came from me. Yeah, none of this stuff though, this permission, this whole thing of what you could do while we're separated, like all this stuff. I thought we were just taking a break. Shit, I didn't know you know, this is gonna turn to you having a dude fall in love with you.
I think you need to say clearly what happened.
I got into an entanglement.
An entanglement?
Yes.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm sorry, I gotta stop. I was thinking the same thing. You mean you mean when you got tangled up in his dick? Is that what you're saying? Entanglement, boy. Look, I've been the same way. The reason why I laugh is because I've done the same thing. I've been caught in some shit where I couldn't come out and say what it was because it sounded bad.
And you became a lawyer all of a sudden, like using synonyms and shit.
Yeah, you know, you don't want to say what it is because the situation is already tense, and you're scared if you say those words, it's just gonna make that other person more upset. So you find words like a misunderstanding, a misconception, an entanglement.
Actually, I kind of respect her for dropping entanglement, but yeah, god damn it, I like that he called bullshit on it so quickly. That's my favorite thing.
Yeah, you came out and said she became a lawyer.
What do you feel like you were looking for?
I just wanted to feel good.
Now I got to be with you at the press conference. I'm going to stand by my baby no matter what.
Now I got to be
Hillary. He's Hillary standing beside Bill after the Lewinsky thing right now.
Yeah, that's right. Like he's the wife that got cheated on. Now I got to stand by my man. Yeah, you know, I got to tell you though, man. It looks like we're sitting up here like kind of riffing off this and sensationalizing this and kind of gossiping about it. It's just something that's fascinating about being able in this day and this time, this age that we're in with the technology that we have, to see these celebrities be real people, man. That's kind of how I'm looking at it. I'm not looking at this like I want to rub this relationship in their face and laugh at it and make fun of them. I think that it's kind of even important to see that, man, these people are they're people, just like anybody else.
Yeah, look, I'm sure it's because there's like a limited crew of people in the room and stuff. I'm sure if this is a private conversation, it'd be a little bit different, but it does certainly make you feel kind of like, oh, if these people can be honest and open and not overruled by their initial reactions, their emotions, but just have an honest conversation about, oh, this is where you were, this is where I was. It's like really kind of helpful. How many couples are people toasties now who are in couples that communicate that openly? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's probably not as much.
That's why I would even say that it's good for couples to look at this, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, you know, it's see how this was. I mean, it would be cool and it'd be fascinating to see any kind of couple bring this out in the open anywhere. But we see this shit all the time on talk shows and whatnot. And even then, they're for ratings and whatnot. They are taken and blown up into something else because of the producers that bring them on and whatnot. These people are famous enough to where they can come on and they don't have to have anybody bring them on. They don't have to have, there's nothing there else for them except their honest feelings. And so I'm extremely fascinated by this, man. And like I say, I'm sad for them, but I'm really happy to see them able to come out and be this honest, not only with themselves, but share this with the public.
I wasn't sure I was ever going to speak to you again.
I know.
Yeah, like the fact that I'm speaking to you again is
I like the way she's like, I'm glad that we have this understanding and unconditional love, and I'm glad that we're able to actually get to this point in our communication. He's like, I was mad.
I wrote you off.
Yeah.
The mother of my children, I was never going to speak to you again.
All this nice shit. Yes, I'm glad, I'm happy, but I was fucking pissed. This is cool and everything. We worked it out, but I was mad. But you know what, people, again, just looking at it, because it looks like this is going to be, it's ended well for them. I mean, there's a few more minutes here, but I'm glad that this is something that worked out the way it did, because there were so many people who were going to this video and they were looking for some gossip or some information about the open relationship. What is Will Smith's sexuality? Who are the people they had sex with? Are they going to put that all on the table? People looking for dirt. And I'm kind of happy that they came out and saw it necessary, and looking at this, rightfully so, to come out and just lay it all out there and show them, like, look, all that stuff you heard before, that's crazy. Yes, it's one thing that you heard was true, but that's the extent of it. We worked this out just like any other couple out there, man. That's what I'm actually happy to see with them.
Yeah, I mean, to speak to your point, if you look at the other videos on there, it's like 728,000. They're weeks old, and this one has 2.1 million views in the first hour since it's been out. Yeah. So it's like people want a shit show for sure. And I think, like you said, man, it's just really refreshing to see people be that mature about something, because what happens is like your brain, whenever you feel hurt psychologically, what's happening is you revert back down to your reptilian brain. You're just like, fuck, I'm hurt. I got to either punch or I got to leave. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's people who are clearly hurt, but are able to not fall down to that reptilian brain. They're just going to use their thoughts and be able to talk it out. You and Mia, is this next week? You guys going to do it? What's up?
That shit. We've done that, man. We've already done that show. We've cussed each other on camera all the time. They say something that he talks about how he got his get back too. I want to see what's said here.
I don't want to go through this no more.
Yeah, no, I don't either.
Yeah. I'm going to get you back.
Translation. Don't pull that shit again. What? Wait, whoa, shit. What do you say? You like, shit, I got Margot Robbie on speed dial right now. I keep around, you hear?
I think we're good on that, okay? I don't think it's about getting anybody back.
No, for me it is.
Okay. I'll give you that petty.
You gotta give Will, man. You gotta give Will the credit for having a good sense of humor. He said this happened a long time ago, so that's really cool that they're able to laugh about this now, man. Go show you can laugh about anything, man. If you really try to work through it.
We ride together.
We die together.
Oh, bad marriage for life.
They ruined all the goodwill that I felt for them by doing that at the end.
Yeah, hey man, there was a time he was following Margot Robbie around Hollywood, man. So they were kind of tight. So I wonder if that was the get back right there. Who knows? But that's dirt. They happy right now. I'm not gonna get into the dirt with them. They seem like they worked it out. They're back to being a cute couple. I will say, man, marriages, with me being in a marriage just for 3 years. 3 years, man. I gotta tell you that it is true. Marriages are hard, man. Marriages are hard. Relationships they seem harder already when you're not married to somebody, because you can just get into something and get out of it at any point if you feel like it. I mean, it'll hurt, but for some people won't. I mean, but the stakes are much higher when you're married, man. They really are. There's so many investments that go beyond, what you have in a regular relationship. So people who look at them for dirt don't realize how hard it is to to marriage. Marriages work. How hard it is to keep a marriage maintained. Marriage is like a car. You can't just you can't buy it and then just ride for life. You gotta go get oil changes. You gotta do maintenance on parts. You gotta and if you don't maintain, then it's gonna fall apart. It's just like you just got married, man. So I don't know if you're out of that honeymoon phase or not, but I don't know if you can attest to this either.
No, I mean, I think that the honeymoon phase is kind of like a myth. I mean, certainly you're going to overlook things more, but I think from the minute you decide to be with someone, I was with my wife for 5 years before we got married. So we had already, you know what I'm saying, had to make the concessions and sacrifices and stuff like that in order to be a couple. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, man, I think a lot of work is always needed. It's not supposed to be easy, but it's supposed to be rewarding, right? Like a job well done is more rewarding than getting something for free, I like to think. And so this is the same thing, man. I'm like, all jokes aside, I'm legitimately sort of inspired by them. I think that's really adorable that they're able to talk like that.
Yeah, no, it is, man. It is. I never went in here and wanted to make fun of them or anything. I really did just want to see what it was because we had talked about it before. And I'm just very fascinated that today, again, this is something that probably wouldn't have been as easy to do years ago when stuff was just in tabloids. Now that you got this, and a lot of people are growing up with it now, but for those who grew up with this was not possible or not as easily done as it is now for couples to come out and be like this, because they would have to go to some interview. They would have to go to, to some talk show host or something. Being able to have your own platform or format to come out and put your own words out there like that, that's an incredible thing, man. And I'm glad that they got it worked out. And I hope that a lot of other people can look at this and see that, hey, they can work it out too.